and gentlemen, it's time for the Detroit High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the Detroit Free Press, presented by the Detroit area Honda dealers.
In celebration of Metro Detroit High School athletics, your Detroit area Honda dealers are proud sponsors and official presenters of the High School Sports Awards, honoring achievement, performance, leadership, courage, and inspiration to amazing athletes, coaches, teams, mentors, and families. From your Detroit area Honda dealers, congratulations to the best of the best.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, do you know my name? You know my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby LeVar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Greta Gidley of Farmington Hills Mercy High School.
Farmington Hills Mercy's Greta Gidley is a 4-time All-State swimmer and now adds Swimmer of the Year to her resume. She won the state individual medley by 3 seconds and 500 freestyle by 2. The University of Michigan signee won the Oakland County Championship in the 50 free.
Congratulations, Greta. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Matthew Siegel of Ann Arbor Pioneer High School.
Matthew Siegel capped off his senior season in winning fashion. The Wisconsin commit led the Pioneers to their first team title since 2009 by winning the breaststroke at the Division I Finals in an all-class record time. He was also a state champion in the 200 freestyle and swam on the runner-up medley and 400 freestyle relays.
Congratulations, Matthew.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you. and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Female Golfer of the Year is Shannon Kennedy of Birmingham Marion High School.
Crowned Miss Golf in Michigan last fall, Shannon Kennedy was a 4-time regional champion and claimed 3 state championships, including the 2020 Division III title. The Michigan State signee claimed state title number 3 after she sank a long putt on the last hole to force a sudden death playoff, which she won on the first extra hole.
Congratulations, Shannon. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Golfer of the Year is Ethan Tran of Warren De La Salle Collegiate High School.
A Michigan Open qualifier, De La Salle Collegiate's Ethan Tran also had an exemplary high school season. The senior was a regional medalist and won several big tournaments. He plans to study economics next year in college.
Congratulations, Ethan.
Carrie Walsh Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
Do you want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists are And Detroit's Volleyball Player of the Year is Julia Bishop of Farmington Hills Mercy High School.
Farmington Hills Mercy's Julia Bishop was voted Michigan's Miss Volleyball following the 2020 season and has signed to continue her career at Michigan State. The All-State setter finished this, her senior season, which was shortened due to COVID-19 restrictions, with 5,575 career assists, just 215 short of the All-State career state record.
Congratulations, Julia.
Not all of our awards are sports specific. There are a few that draw their lists of exceptional candidates from across the athletic spectrum. The first of those is our I Am Sport Award. This award spotlights student athletes who have taken a leadership role outside of competition, volunteering their help to improve their communities. And to present it, we have the truly amazing athlete and mental health advocate, Imani McGee-Stafford.
Imani was selected 10th overall in the 2016 WNBA draft by the Chicago Sky. But while she was a student at the University of Texas, she shared her very personal story. From the ages of 8 to 12, Imani was abused by a relative. That trauma led her to attempt to take her own life multiple times. Like so many others carrying painful secrets, she thought she was the only one. But through counseling and writing, she changed her life.
Imani has stepped away from professional sports to pursue a law degree, but nothing has stopped her from speaking out against the stigma long associated with those in need of mental health services. Her bravery has helped so many people she's never met. Much like the nominees of the I Am Sport Award, who share her passion for helping others, here she is, Imani McGee-Stafford.
Hey all you athletes out there, guess what? We all have something in common. When we practice, we get to see very clearly the fruits of our labor. Doesn't matter if it's measured in inches or seconds, pounds or points, velocity or victories, we can clearly see how we are improving. But there's so many people out there who have a hard time seeing any improvement in their day-to-day lives. Just like we are helped by coaches, teachers, teammates, and family to reach our potential in our sport, we need to help others reach their potential in life. And I am proud to see that so many of you are out there doing just that. The I Am Sport Award is our way to say thank you for all of your efforts. You are showing that high school athletes can give more to their communities than their signature win over a rival team. They can give hope.
Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists.
And the I Am Sport Award goes to Kennedy Johnson of Cass Technical High School.
Kennedy is a well-rounded, hard-working senior at Cass Technical High School. Along with being a captain of her track team, she works for her senior class as the vice president, volunteers with her AAU track team and National Honor Society, is on the board for her local Delta Gems chapter, works a job, and still keeps a great GPA. Sports-wise, she is an all-city, all-state, and all-American athlete as well. Kennedy is the definition of a highly achieving student athlete who gives back to her community.
Congratulations, Kennedy.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here. to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind. You know, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning. But anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. And here are your finalists for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the Detroit Female Tennis Player of the Year is Angie Zhu of Ann Arbor Huron High School.
Angie Jo played on the boys' team in the fall and did more than hold her own. She compiled a 13-8 record as the #1 singles player for a Huron squad that qualified for the team state tournament and was one of the 8 qualifiers for the Division I individual state tournament, playing that tournament as the #7 seed. She couldn't compete for the girls' team in the spring as a result of her being on the boys' team.
Congratulations, Angie. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Tennis Player of the Year is William Cooksey of Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett High School.
Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett's William Cooksey, the Mr. Tennis Award winner and one of the top junior players in the country, became the first player to win 4 #1 singles state titles in any division since 1960. Cooksey went 26-1 this year and only lost 6 matches during his 4-year career, 5 of those coming as a freshman. He will continue his career at Michigan.
Congratulations, William.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Audrey Didamio of Birmingham Seaholm High School.
A 3-time All-State runner bound for Stanford in the fall, Audrey Didamio capped her high school career by winning the Division I individual state cross-country title. She won all but one race she entered during 2020, including a 47-second victory in the Oakland County Championships.
Congratulations, Audrey! Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Riley Huff of Heartland High School.
Riley Huff won the Division I Individual State Championship with the second fastest time ever run on the Michigan Speedway course. The Heartland High Junior won 13 of 14 races, often in dominant fashion, and claimed the Kensington Lakes Championship by 33 seconds, the Saginaw Heritage Regional by 37 seconds, and the Davison Pre-Regional by 70 seconds.
Congratulations, Riley.
Desmond, follow me here.
Okay.
The Four Horsemen.
Murderers Row.
The Steel Curtain.
Broad Street Bullies.
Oh, good one. Phi Slamma Jamma.
The Splash Brothers.
You did good at that game. Certain groups of athletes stand the test of time, not just for what they did, but for how they did it.
Yes, and to present our award in gymnastics, we're honored to have with us a member of another iconic ensemble from that golden quintet of the Rio Olympics. Here's Laurie Hernandez.
Laurie Hernandez, a member of U.S. Women's legendary Final Five gymnastics team, helped bring home team gold and earned a silver medal for herself at the last Summer Olympics. The Jersey girl is back, competing again on the world stage, and as many know, she also took Dancing with the Stars by storm, finishing as the season 23 champion.
Hey, what's up guys? Laurie Hernandez here, and I am honored to give some love to gymnasts from coast to coast. This is an Olympic year, so our sport gets some time to shine in prime time. Don't get me wrong, that's a great thing and all, but for you guys, it doesn't matter what year it is. You're in the gym, putting in all the hours on the floor, beam, bars, horse, vault, and the rings, because you all know that perfect routine is out there. And if you love that chase of perfection, then you'll definitely have mad skills in whatever career path you choose. You hear people say, leave it out all on the floor. Well, I'm here to tell you that even if you get a perfect 10, a lot of what you learned in gymnastics comes with you off the mat and into the real world. So congratulations on a great year, and let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Gymnast of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Gymnast of the Year is Sydney Schultz of Farmington United.
Sydney Schultz won the Division II all-around state title, as well as individual championships in the vault and uneven bars. Her 9.45 on vault was the best single score in any event in the division. The Farmington United Seniors all-around score of 37.0 was the third best in all state meet divisions.
Congratulations, Sydney.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all ritual is a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather, like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
And what about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock, then the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
You can't have a high school sports awards show without showing some love to all the bands out there.
Yes, they inspire their teams, energize their fans, and are as vital to high school athletics as uniforms and sports streaks. The Best Band Fan Favorite Award is voted on by the community and gives us a chance to give it up for the bands. Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists. And the winner is...
The Ida High School Band has so much fun playing as a group and has the best energy. They keep their crowd on their feet. Their band director has been said to simply be fantastic and makes the students' experience in the band priceless.
Congratulations, great job.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm never going to suit up in a goalie gear and stand in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot or block Shaq's shot. But I have put on a pair of tri-colored rented shoes and rolled the ball down a greased lane with some friends. So with the help of legendary Chris Barnes, let's go bowling, man.
Chris Barnes, the Kansas native, has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. This 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee has rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and the World Singles Gold Medal.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here to give a much-deserved shout-out to my fellow bowlers. For some reason, bowling doesn't seem to get as much love out there in the world as some other high school sports. I, for one, can't think of a single reason why that would be. As the fastest-growing high school sport in America, it seems times are changing. In our sport where perfection is an attainable goal, an accomplished bowler will always have a keen eye, laser-like attention to detail, and they'll have to make all parts of their game work together to be in absolute harmony with their surroundings, just like an athlete in any other sport. So I'm not sure why there is often this subtle lack of respect for bowling out there in the media. Maybe it's the shoes? But at least we don't have referees, right? Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are and Detroit's Female Bowler of the Year is Anna Maxwell of John Glenn High School.
Anna Maxwell capped her high school career with the Division I individual state title, opening the final round with 10 consecutive strikes, on the way to rolling a 289. During her career at John Glenn High, she won 100 Kensington Lakes League matches, a member of the 2021 Michigan Bowling Dream Team. Maxwell will bowl for Marywood University in St. Louis, Missouri.
Congratulations, Anna. And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are And the Detroit Male Bowler of the Year is Jacob Johnson.
Jacob Johnson accomplished a triple crown this season for Livonia Clarenceville. He placed first at regionals, received the highest qualifying block score at the Division III state finals, and went on to win the individual state championship. The junior capped it all off by being named to the division's all-state first team by the Michigan High School Interscholastic Bowling Coaches Association.
Congratulations, Jacob.
And now let's take a moment to pause and remember someone who had an incredible impact in their community.
Dave Feldman devoted his life to high school athletes before passing away January 14th at the age of 65 due to complications from COVID-19. A 1973 graduate of Detroit Catholic Central and a 1977 graduate from Notre Dame. Dave began his teaching and coaching career at Dearborn St. Alphonsus. He moved to Redford St. Agatha and Centerline St. Clement before becoming athletic director at Birmingham Marion in 2004, a job he held until his passing. During his 14-year tenure at Marion, the school won 24 state championships in 7 sports and 61 Catholic League championships in 9 sports. Dave attacked his job with an unbridled enthusiasm. His goal each day was to make Marion the finest athletic program in the state, and he treated each athlete, coach, and team at Marion like family. Feldman was also a member of the Catholic League Hall of Fame and was named Catholic League Coach of the Year 4 times. Heading into the Division I state final against Lowell, Marion Volleyball made sure that Feldman was not forgotten. The Mustangs gritted their teeth and played through the pain of his loss that had occurred just 1 day before the first of 2 possible games for a state title. As players warmed up, many had the phrase, "Play for Feldman," or some variant sharpied on their shoes. Fans in the bleachers held up a white sign with green lettering that simply said, "Play for Dave." The entire team knew how much he loved Mustang sports, especially volleyball, which further fueled their drive to win their first state championship since 2010. And on January 16th, with his daughter Jackie sitting courtside with the team, that's exactly what they did.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Detroit Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Kayla Jackson of Detroit Renaissance High School.
Untouchable in the sprints, Kayla Jackson did not lose a race this spring and figured in 4 firsts for Detroit Renaissance at the Division I State Track and Field Championships. She was individual champion in the 100 and 200 and ran on the Phoenix first place 400 and 800 relay teams. Jackson also won the same 4 events at the PSL Championship meet.
Congratulations, Kayla. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Hobbs Kessler of Ann Arbor Skyline High School.
The first high school-aged runner from Michigan to qualify for the U.S. Olympic trials since 1932, Hobbs Kessler capped his prep career by winning the 1600-meter and 800-meter at the Division I state championships. The Northern Arizona signee owns a national prep record, 3-minute 57.66 second mile run in an indoor meet in Arkansas in February.
Congratulations, Hobbs.
All right, it's time to celebrate those who use a dirty dangle with some tasty sauce to light the lamp. Those guys and gals who put the biscuit in the basket and occasionally chirp their way to the sin bin. The ones who go top shelf on their way to epic sellies. We are talking about the coolest athletes on earth. And here to help some talented hockey players raise our version of the cup, we have Hall of Famer Martin St. Louis.
Martin St. Louis, a 5'8" native of Canada, defied limitations and battled his way to an amazing career. The first ballot Hall of Famer collected a Hart Trophy as league MVP, a Stanley Cup, and an Olympic gold medal. His number 26 was the first jersey retired by the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Hey guys, it's Marty St. Louis. I can't tell you how honored I am to be part of these high school sports awards because you guys do everything for the love of the game. There's not a lot of glamour in 4 a.m. practices. No one is signing an endorsement deal in the back of a car of stinky equipment. So the fact that you all do that tough stuff day in and day out and season after season, it's a testament to your passion for the game of hockey. You all have my utmost respect and admiration. Well, not all of you, because there are a couple who still haven't unpacked those stinky bags from their last game. You know who you are. Come on, guys. Cut your parents a break. Neighbors are starting to complain about the smell. As for the rest of you, great job. I can tell you firsthand that heart and will can take you anywhere. Here are your honorees for the Hockey Player of the Year. And here are your finalists. And the Detroit Hockey Player of the Year is Leighton Stenman of Bloomfield Hills, Cranbrook, Kingswood.
Leighton Stenman moved with his family from Michigan for California when he was in elementary school. But the defenseman returned with the hopes of giving his hockey career a boost. The plan paid off as he helped Cranbrook Kingswood to a Division III state title, the school's 18th all-time championship. The first team all-state selection plans to relocate again, this time to South Dakota, to begin his juniors career with the Aberdeen Wings.
Congratulations on a great season, Leighton.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer awards.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. And the finalists are and the Detroit Female Soccer Player of the Year is Ty Tworek of Ann Arbor Skyline High School.
A 4-year varsity standout and senior leader of a young team for Skyline, Ty Tworek entered the regional round with 13 goals and 5 assists. During the off-season, Tworek plays for the Detroit City FC women's team.
Congratulations, Ty. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Soccer Player of the Year is Bosch Tani of Grosse Isle High School.
Bosch Tani won the Mr. Soccer Award and scored 49 goals. The most important was the final of the senior's career in the Division III state final. Tani scored the only goal of the game to give the Red Devils a 1-0 win over Grand Rapids South Christian.
Congratulations, Bosch.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
The High School Sports Awards and your Detroit area Honda dealers are proud to present the Honda Inspiration Award, an opportunity for student athletes to nominate someone who inspires them to keep driving.
And now it's time for the Inspiration Award, presented by the Detroit area Honda dealers. Ashley Klee had never coached a sport until a couple of years ago. She didn't even participate in high school athletics. Yet she recognized a void at St. Catherine of Siena Academy and set out to fill that. As an art teacher at the all-girls Catholic school, she launched the ice hockey program. Klee said that St. Catherine of Siena Academy was one of the few schools of its type without a hockey team, despite being in an area rich with hockey tradition. There were 12 players on the first team. Only 3 of those players could skate when the program began. This past season, there were 18 players on the roster. Across 2 seasons, St. Catherine of Siena Academy won a total of 3 games, but that wasn't the sole mission. We wanted to build a love of the sport, Klee said. Our motto has always been, if you want to learn, we will teach you. The Stars will move on without Klee as the coach. She's expecting her second child soon, so she's stepping away from the coaching role. But she'll remain interested in the team and the development that she hopes continues.
Congratulations, great job.
You know, sometimes scoreboards and record books don't tell the entire story. And it's a team that doesn't win the title that everyone remembers.
The Top Team Fan Favorite Award recognizes teams who exceeded expectations and uplifted their fans regardless of their final record. For this award, each community nominates and votes for the most inspiring team from their area. Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists. And the winner is...
This team worked their way into the state finals and dominated as a team. Despite their small size, the Milford Mavericks boys skiing team was consistent and dedicated to show up through all the COVID restrictions. They are a young team with heart and passion for the sport.
Congratulations, great job.
Now, Laurie, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how would you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Defensive Football Player of the Year is Damon Payne of Belleville High School.
5-star recruit Damon Payne was borderline unblockable in the trenches. The University of Alabama commit finished with 12 tackles for loss and 9 sacks as a disruptive force for Belleville, earning first-team All-State honors.
Congratulations, Damon.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more of my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection, was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. One of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumble-rooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Offensive Football Player of the Year is Donovan Edwards of West Bloomfield High School.
Michigan's Mr. Football and member of the 2020 Dream Team, Donovan Edwards capped his high school career by rushing for 1,765 yards and scoring 32 touchdowns, half of the scores coming in the final 4 state playoff games. In West Bloomfield's 41-0 victory over Davison in the Division I state championship game, the Michigan signee carried the football 14 times for 257 yards, scoring 3 touchdowns.
Congrats, Donovan.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting, pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Що може дати вам більше преимущество в конкуренції, не думаєте? Here are your honorees for the Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Detroit Wrestler of the Year is Brendan Ferretti of Macomb, Dakota High School.
Brendan Ferretti is the region's top wrestler, following his third consecutive Division I state championship for Macomb, Dakota. The senior finished 38-0 this season in the 130-pound division and lost just 6 bouts in his entire high school career. His record in his last 3 seasons was 94-1. The next step in his wrestling career will be at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Congratulations, Brendan.
A lot of today's sports come from purely recreational origins, not lacrosse. Created by Native American tribes, what we call lacrosse was used to train warriors and even had some religious significance. Today its popularity is absolutely exploding, thanks in no small part to our next presenter, lacrosse legend, Paul Rabel.
Paul Rabel, the lacrosse superstar and legend, has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. The 3-time MVP co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the game of pro play for the fastest growing team sport in North America.
What's up, all you lacrosse players out there? I'm Paul Rabel, and I've seen a bunch of your highlights and was blown away. You guys totally do your talking on the field, which is where you want a lacrosse player to do their talking, which got me thinking, why am I talking here instead of giving awards to you guys over there? So let's do this. Here are your finalists for the Female Lacrosse Player of the Year.
And the Detroit Female Lacrosse Player of the Year is Jillian Smith of Mercy High School. A first-team All-Stater in each of her 3 seasons, Jillian Smith set the MHSAA single-game scoring record for points as a freshman, then broke it as a sophomore, and again as a senior. Her name appears 50 times on the MHSAA's top performances listings in all categories. She is signed to play at Michigan. Congratulations, Jillian.
And now, for the guys. Here are your finalists for the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the Detroit Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is John Arant of Brighton High School.
John Arndt is one of the contenders for Michigan Player of the Year. The Harvard commit finished this season with 101 goals, 36 assists, and 47 ground balls in 19 games. This should be no surprise. He was All-State as a freshman, too.
Congratulations, John.
History didn't record the first person to strap 2 planks of wood to their feet and barrel down a snow-covered mountain, but whoever it was, we should thank them. Because without that brave, pioneering daredevil, you and I would not have been able to enjoy the amazing career of Lindsey Vonn.
Lindsey Vonn has been a force on the U.S. ski team for 19 seasons. She's one of only 2 female skiers to win 4 World Cup overall championships and has captured a record 8 World Cup season titles in the downhill, as well as Olympic gold. She claims the second highest super ranking of all time for skiers, men or women.
Hey guys, Lindsey Vonn here. Wanted to take a moment to give a tip of the tooth to all you high school skiers out there, because let's face it, all the other things sports are experiencing for the first time during the pandemic, we've kind of been dealing with like forever. Face coverings during competition, not new to us. Neither is busting our butts and putting it all on the line with no classmates there to see us. Only one skier on the course at a time, so social distancing, check. Throw in freezing temperatures, dodgy conditions, and reaching speeds that you'd be pulled over by on the highway, and you have the essence of our beloved sport. So take a moment to revel in your badassness, because Lord knows you've earned it. Here are your honorees for Female Skier of the Year. And your finalists are... And the Detroit Female Skier of the Year is Sydney Schulte of Pontiac Notre Dame Preparatory School.
Sydney Schulte had a sophomore campaign to remember. The Pontiac Notre Dame skier won the Division II state championship in slalom and placed 4th in the giant slalom.
Congratulations, Sydney. And now to the boys' side. Here are your honorees for Male Skier of the Year. And your finalists are... And the Detroit Male Skier of the Year is Hunter Halstead of Bloomfield Hills.
The latest in a line of successful skiers from Bloomfield Hills. Hunter Halstead performed well all year. He peaked at the state meet, winning the slalom title and finishing in 3rd in the giant slalom.
Good job, Hunter.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, you know, I don't know if I would be where I am. So I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents. Going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there's that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. Here are your finalists for the Softball Player of the Year. And the Detroit Softball Player of the Year is Ellie Sealer of Monroe High School.
The Monroe High softball team is known for the last 4 years that it had at least one hit coming off the bat of Ellie Sealer. The University of Michigan commitment put together a 79-game hitting streak, the second longest in Michigan high school softball history, that only ended when she ran out of eligibility at the conclusion of Trojans' 2021 season. Sealer also had 31 stolen bases and a .986 fielding percentage for Monroe.
Congratulations, Ellie.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Baseball Player of the Year is Alex Mooney of Orchard Lake St. Mary's Preparatory High School.
One of the top prep players in the country and high on many MLB draft lists, Alex Mooney is a power-hitting force who as of June 7th had a .467 batting average and knocked in 50 runs.
Congratulations, Alex.
Hey, we'll have some fun with you. Basketball is awards coming up.
Are you guys hungry? Yeah. All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are the Detroit Female Basketball Player of the Year is Meyer Hagerman from the Detroit Edison Public School Academy.
Demaya Hageman capped her high school career by averaging more than 17 points and almost 10 assists per game, while being named Michigan's Miss Basketball for 2021. During her 4 seasons as Detroit Edison's point guard, the Pioneers had a record of 85-2 and won 2 state championships. Hageman is signed to play at Michigan State.
Congratulations to Meyer. And now for the ballers on the guy side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Detroit Male Basketball Player of the Year is Pierre Brooks II from the Frederick Douglass Academy for Young Men.
Pierre Brooks II was named Michigan's Mr. Basketball for 2021 after leading Frederick Douglass to the Division IV state basketball title. His eye-popping average of 33 points and 9 rebounds drew the attention of Division I programs across the country. He chose to stay close to home, signing with Michigan State.
Congratulations, Pierre.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow.
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship, and through their strength and tenacity, were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for Detroit is Isaiah Lawrence of John Glenn High School.
You know what, I see this as a gift, not a disability, because I have a lot of people that actually look up to me, that are younger than me, and I have a lot of little kids that I know with disabilities that always say that I'm doing such great things with one hand, and they look up to me and I'm an inspiration to them. And I'm glad that I can motivate people to become better, especially at the age I am now. So I'm really happy about that. So when I was a kid, I used to always get bullied a lot. People used to call me weird and a freak and all that. And it really was hard on me, and I didn't really open up about it a lot. And then when I told my family about it, and they just told me to be myself and just use it as a gift, not a curse, it really helped me. And then I just started being myself and expressing myself, and everyone just started just liking me for me. My brother used to always play basketball, and I used to hate basketball. But then when I realized I couldn't play football, I started leaning towards basketball. And he really helped me like develop a lot of skill with it. And coming here, I really got way better with it. And it took a lot of work and a lot of training by myself to really get good with one hand and do a lot of stuff that people with two hands can do. I'm really honored to receive the Courage Award because my hard work that I put in, everyone just see me as, they made it seem like I just made the team and got certain things because I had one hand and people felt bad. So receiving this really shows that all the hard work paid off, and people are starting to notice how much work I'm starting to put in and my impact for other people, around other people and stuff. So getting this is really a big deal, and I'm honored and so grateful, and my family's happy too. It's for me finally getting that recognition, so it really does mean a lot.
Congratulations, Isaiah.
Hey, high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around. I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the Detroit Team of the Year is Novi Detroit Catholic Central Boys Hockey Team.
The Shamrocks captured their 15th state boys hockey championship in a manner that was unlike any of their previous titles. The varsity players were quarantined heading into the state tournament because of COVID-19 restrictions. With no varsity players available, Catholic Central turned to their junior varsity team, and they responded with a couple of crucial regional victories. 7-1 over Berkeley, 2-1 over Troy, keeping the Shamrocks alive until the regular varsity returned for a 3-1 quarterfinal win over Salem. The 18-1 Shamrocks wrapped up the postseason with wins over Brighton and Rockford. And moments after accepting the championship trophy, the Central Catholic varsity players skated over to the stands and handed that trophy to members of the JV team.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Now for the Coach of the Year, and the finalists are And the Detroit Coach of the Year is Pierre Brooks of Frederick Douglass Academy for Young Men.
With just 77 boys in the school, Coach Pierre Brooks captured the Division IV state championship in his 7th year at Douglass. A 1991 graduate of Detroit King, Brooks played at Highland Park Community College and Lane College. He has a 193-100 record in his 17-season coaching career. Making this championship more meaningful is that the Hurricanes' best player was Brooks' son, Pierre II, who also won the Hal Schramm Mr. Basketball Award and has signed to play at Michigan State.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. Female Athlete of the Year, presented by the Detroit area Honda dealers.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Julia Bishop, a senior from Mercy High School. Audrey Didamio, a senior from Birmingham Seaholm High School. Demaya Hageman, a senior from Detroit Edison Public School Academy.
And the Detroit area Female Athlete of the Year is Julia Bishop of Mercy High School.
A 4-year starter in volleyball, Julia Bishop led Mercy to 3 Final Four appearances and was a key member of the 2019 Division I state championship team. She is signed to play volleyball at Michigan State. The standout setter is the state's 2020 Miss Volleyball. She was on track to establish the state record for career sets, but following the COVID-19 curtailed season, Bishop's 5,575 sets is second on the all-time list. In the 2020 season, she had 1,013 sets. She also had 65 serving aces and successful serve rate of 94%. Julie was also played forward on Mercy's basketball team, but her senior season ended prematurely when she broke a bone in her hand.
Congratulations, Julia.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw the Divas some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by the Detroit area Honda dealers.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Donovan Edwards, a senior from West Bloomfield High School. Will Johnson, a junior from Grosse Pointe South High School. Hobbs Kessler, a senior from Ann Arbor Skyline High School.
And the Detroit Area Male Athlete of the Year is Donovan Edwards of West Bloomfield High School.
The number 3 rated running back in the country, Donovan Edwards carried West Bloomfield High to its first ever Division I football state championship and is an early enrollee at Michigan. 8 games into the season, Edwards had rushed for 715 yards and scored 12 touchdowns. In his final 4 postseason games, he rushed for 1,050 yards and 20 touchdowns. He carried the football 14 times, picked up 275 yards, and scored 3 TDs on runs of 78, 71, and 16 yards in the state championship, showing his raw power and speed and terrific acceleration. Those are skills you regularly see in track sprinters, which Edwards also did at West Bloomfield during his underclassmen years. He began his freshman year on the junior varsity, but after totaling 600 rushing yards in 2 games, he was promoted to varsity and helped the Lakers reach the 2018 D1 state finals.
Congratulations, Donovan.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be, don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.